so much, everybody, for having me here today. My name is Carissa, and as was mentioned, I'm the communications coordinator for Gaia in Africa. I'm based in Durban. I'm from South Africa, and my role is basically as a communicator, is to amplify and elevate the local experiences of the members that we work with across Africa and showcase the amazing work they do. I'm so excited to be here with you all here today and to talk about zero waste. And thank you so much for presenting my slides. So next slide, please. Awesome, thank you. So sorry, I think my internet's a little slow, so apologies if I don't see the screen immediately. But I just wanted to talk through what is the official definition of zero waste. So zero waste is defined from the Zero Waste International Alliance as the conservation of all resources by means of responsible production, consumption, reuse, and recovery of products, packaging, and materials without burning and with no discharges to land, water, or air that threaten the environment or human health. And so this is a really great definition and one that describes how we envision zero waste in our work. And the conservation, I think the one thing that we like to promote in something that we say at Gaia is that nothing and nobody is disposable. And so when we're looking at environment, we're also looking at the human connection of the environments that not only the environment around us, but how does it affect people and the direct impact on how does the environment in which we live in make us interact with the space that we're in. And so next slide, please. Oh, thank you. And then just also to emphasize this point, another great definition of zero waste is zero waste is both a goal and a plan of action to phase out waste disposal in landfills, incinerators, through a variety of strategies such as waste prevention, redesign, reuse, and organic waste recovery and recycling. And so this really emphasizes that zero waste is a systematic approach. And it's the implementation of strategies that make end-of-life interventions like landfills and incinerators entirely redundant. And one of the most important starting points for us to have is for a zero waste system to encourage separation at source. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. In Africa, we have generally a very a mixed waste system. We don't have formal structures to separate our waste. And so this is a massive problem because it means we have to take a one-size-all-fits approach rather than treating each type of waste separately as it should be. Next slide, please. Awesome. Okay, so then let's look at systems for zero waste in practice. So this slide depicts a really amazing project that is here in Durban, where I live, with the Zero Waste Project team headed by our member Groundwork. We're traders at a local market, a part of this process implementing zero waste by diverting their organic waste, which is then sent to a nearby garden where organic waste is used to make compost in the city's parks. So they're taking the waste from a local organic market and taking it to the Durban Botanical Gardens and other spaces in the city's parks. So in Africa, we have a very complex waste system, but organic waste makes up on average 60% of that waste stream. That is often going to landfills or open dumps where they're releasing very harmful greenhouse gases. And so composting organic waste not only helps us give healthier soil, but it helps us to divert huge portions of waste away from landfill. Next slide, please. Awesome. And so in Africa as well, waste pickers exist pretty much in every city, and they are the hidden heroes of our waste management systems. a large part of our work is working with waste pickers and supporting their organizing, while also encouraging all waste management systems to integrate waste pickers meaningfully. And waste pickers deserve a seat at the table, as we've been seeing in the plastic treaty negotiations, that they are able to represent themselves, their work, and show how for years they have already been contributing to the diversion of waste in our cities. Next slide, please. Awesome. Okay, so recycling is also a critical sector for us here in Africa, and it's important to remember that we generally have low recycling rates, so we cannot solely rely on this, but also recognizing that waste pickers are essential to this system working here. And we have a few examples in Africa where waste pickers themselves are doing door-to-door collection of materials. And so you'll see on this one picture here, this is a project that they have in South Africa in Vaal Park. So it is being led by the South African Waste Pickers Association. So people actually separate their waste and leave it out. So they'll leave their recyclables on one side and then the organic waste on another side, and waste pickers collect that and take everything to a recycling site where they further sort the different waste. And so this is just one example of South Africa, but it's happening in Dar es Salaam and other parts of Africa as well. Next slide, please. Awesome. Okay, and then on to reuse and refill. So this is something that's been emerging more of a mainstream practice, is that of reuse and refill systems, which allows us to demonstrate the ways that we can purchase a product without the glut of packaging that often comes with it. And as consumers, we're always meant to feel the guilt of purchasing this plastic while the multinational corporations produce this packaging without any repercussions. And so we really advocate within zero waste conversations around this shift. That means that those companies need to find alternative ways to get their products to people with less plastic. And so we've developed a couple of publications in our work that I'll be happy to share in the chats with you all around how in Africa for years, reuse systems have been a part of our culture. And so, we're really calling for getting back to those systems which prioritize people and less packaging. So next slide, please. Thank you so much. Okay. And now all of this together is what makes zero waste exist. And it's a practical approach for us. And so having one of those is amazing collectively, but it's also impactful. And so I wanted to also show this example of a case in Dar es Salaam, where they have a holistic approach to zero waste, and they're now diverting almost 2 tons of waste per day in different municipalities and communities where they're working with. And now this is also to be done with capacity building of the community, where waste pickers are the ones informing the community members about which materials are not recyclable and which they should maybe not purchase, and look at alternatives of the same product but in different packaging. And so wanted to show you the slide around this. And I'm so sorry if I've gone a bit over time, but next slide is just in summary. So just around zero waste is just, in summary, we need to make sure that waste pickers are critical to zero waste implementation in Africa. We need to be advancing reuse and refill and other systems that prevent waste generation altogether. Recycling is very important, but recycling alone is not enough. On average, 60% of our waste in Africa is organic, so composting is a no-brainer, and it's very possible to reduce waste and mitigate methane emissions. And we cannot achieve zero waste if we are exposed to false solutions like incineration. And so thank you so much for your time today. And I'll be sure to share a lot of links in the chat that you can also have a look at, and hope to illustrate these points more. And then I believe the slides may be shared with you as well. So thank you so much.